Hey friends, Happy New Year 2025. I just wanted to make a short video, very impactful, to help you understand the power and the evolution of surveying. And I will call this concept the Modern Surveyor. Now, to be able to go on to surveying or be a modern surveyor, you have two core components, everything with data capture, and the second aspect, which is data processing. And the surveyor now act more as a data scientist or a consultant. So now, without talking too much, I will just go on the whiteboard and I will give you my 6 major blocks that I think you should develop to be able in 2025 to attack modern surveying. This is something that I've seen after having teach for a lot of years surveying to various backgrounds, students and professionals alike. What is super interesting in my opinion is to trace back the evolution of surveying. You can see ancient Egyptians, for example, using already concept that will apply to cadastral surveying, right? So collecting taxes, this is one application of cadastre, and conquering new territories. And if you push that today, you see a lot surveying in 3D mapping. So this can be for building public infrastructure, new transportation systems, handling better our forest and the natural resources. This is a key component, and this is why I wanted to bring you onto what I believe is the modern surveyor needed skills to be impactful in 2025 and beyond. So what I'm going to do now, if the camera wants to follow me, because I want to have something without any cuts as much as possible, so that you see the way of thinking, the way of designing such a roadmap. I will have essentially 6 main steps to this roadmap. So I may take this to explain better the roadmap for the modern survey. So we'll call that the path. All right, for the modern surveyors. So the first core component is mathematics. So I will put here math. And this goes quickly onto calculus, for example, and handling matrix, handling vector computations, and especially another component, which is geometry and trigonometry. So having the ability to play with triangles and geometrical components to extract distances, compute surfaces, and be very efficient with this kind of mathematics. So it's not super advanced math, but this is advanced enough so that you are not struggling on the other aspects. Normally, this is something that actually today with our educational system in France and beyond is part of the natural curriculum. At 18 years old, you should have these basic components. Maybe the matrix side not as developed depending on your college, but this is something that you should have, right? So this is mathematics. The second element, shall we put here, right? And this is the level 2, which will be surveying fundamentals. Surveying fundamentals. Fundamental. Okay, so in here, what is super interesting is to see the evolution, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video. The time span is massive. And I used to teach, when I started at the university, a different kind of surveying that I'm doing now. Right? At the university, I was giving the students the possibility to handle this very nice little équerre, let's say. I don't have the word in English, but essentially you had 2 mirrors and you were looking at the mirrors to be able to implant some specific coordinates by placing, materializing really a Cartesian coordinate system on the ground. And then you move on to leveling devices to measure the height difference, relative height difference between 2 points, and then moving on to classical topographic mapping, where you will use a total station, for example, to measure angles and distance. Today, it's very different. We have the ability to capture everything. We don't choose what we capture directly. So the surveying fundamentals is essentially how you capture geometric information, but also everything else. Because whenever we design at least maps, if that's one goal, you need more than just geometry and coordinates. You need to have semantics, so to attach concept to these elements. And this is with the third component, which I will go onto what we call traditionally geographical information system, right? So this is the third component. Once you went through the second component, This is level 3. And here it's linked with everything around spatial analytics and using the data that you source on site in some kind of system that you will establish that allows you to create a better system for coloring, but also all that is linked with semiotics and how you represent elements on the map. So which symbols, which level of details, what are the rules around that? And that is super important as well. This is not to be neglected, right? So math, surveying fundamental, and geographical information system. The fourth component is maybe the one that is underdeveloped, at least from what I see from pure geomatic professionals. It's everything linked with computer skills. And this is really not shocking me, because this is where we have seen on the second and the fourth the most evolution as far as what do we need to learn now to be in phase with the market needs, but also what do we need to develop to be able to do stronger research, more impactful innovations. And computer skills is where we have a lot to do. And the first thing that I want to say is today, in 2025, you are sure that having Python and Python for 3D as part of your base and core skill is super important. So this is the fourth level, computer skill. But that does not stop at Python. Everything linked with AI systems is also super useful for any kind of work around modern surveying. And also, actually, how do you process data? How do you use data? What are the core components in a computer? And how does it work with handling memory within a CPU, GPU, everything linked with system design? But you can get lost, and this is an entirely other career. Just know that the idea is to build the core skills that supports the development of math, surveying, and GIS, at least at this side of things. And then you have a fifth point. At this stage, this is maybe something not obvious, but I will call that field work. And this is where I like to emphasize all of the skills. You can have them part of your, wait, the camera fixated. Okay, so I need the camera to move with me. Yes, still moving with me. So in these four components, right, this is very interesting to understand and to see that you can build that with the help of internet or a university, depending on the time that you have and how deep you want to go and how applied versus or theoretical. I provide solution to all of that through the courses online, but you have also other alternative or with open tutorials. And I will give you a list about where to start in the description down below. But one of the super important elements is really this field work. This field work is key. And that can take 6 months up to an entire career. And this is where you have a big difference between, okay, now you know the math, the survey fundamental, you have GIS and computer skills, but putting that all in application is absolutely key. While computer skills and GIS, you can put that in application behind your desk, right, at your computer, because it mostly like is linked with using a computer. Surveying fundamentals and capturing data, you need to get out. You need to have some kind of projects, which could be a pro bono case, like, okay, you go check out your local council and you ask if they would be interested in you mapping out the entire area and delivering a map that highlights some cases where you think there is a flood that is not anywhere on the urban documents accessible, or you think that there is a hazard for fire, anything that would help the local community. This is a project where you will need to use math, surveying, GIS, computer skills, and field work. So this is super, super important. And after that, what you have is like what I would call the legal and expert aspect. And I will give you some examples. So surveying is usually linked to some kind of really legal entity that you need to be affiliated to be certified. And some of the documents in France, for example, you have the notar that can and is habilitated to sign specific documents that have a real legal bounding. And the same goes with surveyors in France. It's called géomètre expert. and you have the same in Belgium. You have some kind of things that is very similar in Switzerland. In Germany, it's called an NVMESA, and you have also an order around that. So mostly in Europe, this is linked with some kind of certification. And this means that there is all this aspect of legal documents and understanding the law in your country that is essential. I cannot expand much on that because I don't have so much background. I did my certification to become a land surveyor in France, but I did not apply it. And this is where I need fieldwork if I wanted to give you advice, legal advice for surveying. So I have the basics, but I don't have the fieldwork for it. So we'll not expand on that. But if you want to be a complete certified surveyor, you definitely need to push also here. So this is how much or the best I could do as far as getting the minimum amount of modules for you to get started with. And of course, within each of them, you have a lot of branches, and you can get lost in the many branches that you have. But know that if you build this core skill, your future is definitely secured for the next 5 to 10 years, because there will be a super strong need. And especially with the advances in AI, you will see that impact all of that, right? So this is my recommendation at this stage. I hopefully think that the camera will check at me. Let me hand over. I don't want to make a cut so that you see. This is really not scripted. This was just me giving you an idea about where to go whenever you want to learn the technology that powers modern surveyors. Now, if you want to get started on the math side, I would recommend to check out this tutorial, which is super interesting. On the surveying side, I guess these other tutorials for 3D reconstruction is also super useful. Now, for everything linked with GIS systems, this is the third tutorial that will give you an idea for 3D. And for computer skills, this is also something that is highlighting how powerful you can do, how powerful you can leverage a specific kind of algorithm for 3D. Finally, for the fieldwork, well, you can always reach out to me and see if we can somehow collaborate on any of the projects. I have a lot to unpack there, but essentially, if you are searching for a project, feel free to reach out. I have specific demands that I cannot currently address, but it would be very interesting to have you on this kind of project. So this is what I wanted to say. I hope this helps you see a bit clearer what kind of core components you can develop. I will certainly push out this a bit more if this kind of video are something that you like. And in the meantime, continue pushing your skills, learning new stuff, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye.